Today we're going to be discussing solving systems of linear equations by substitution. Example 1. Solving a system of linear equations by substitution. Letter A. Solve the system by using substitution. So we have two equations. Y equals 2x minus 4, so I'm going to label that equation 1. And then 7x minus 2y equals 5. I'm going to label that equation 2. So there are a few steps that we're going to be using while solving these. So step number 1. We're going to solve one of the equations for one of the variables. So what that means is we're either going to get the x or the y variable isolated. Well, if we look at the two equations, y equals 2x minus 4 and 7x minus 2y equals 5, you'll notice that the first equation has the y by itself. So because the y is by itself, we actually don't need to do anything for step number 1. It's already completed for us. Then we're going to talk about step number 2. In step 2, we are going to substitute the expression from step 1 into the other equation. And solve for the other variable. Okay, so before we move on to step number 3, we're going to show our work for step number 2. So I'm going to rewrite both equations, y equals 2x minus 4 for equation 1, and then 7x minus 2y equals 5 for equation 2. Then I'm going to take the knowledge that equation 1 already has y equals. So I'm going to take the information of 2x minus 4, and I'm going to replace the y in the second equation with that. So that means that my second equation becomes 7x minus 2 times the quantity 2x minus 4 equals 5. Now the reason why it's written that way is because 2x minus 4 is replacing that y. So this 2x minus 4 down here is the y value. So before I do any kind of distributing or anything from like that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the opposite anytime there's subtraction. Now I can go ahead and distribute. So I'm distributing negative 2 to my first term and to my second term. So this becomes 7x plus negative 2 times 2x plus negative 2 times negative 4, and that equals 5. So 7x plus negative 4x plus 8 equals 5. I'm going to combine my 7x and my negative 4x. That equals a 3x plus 8 equals 5. Now, I did run out of room, so I'm actually going to draw that and rewrite that whole sentence again off to the right. All right, there's nothing else to combine on the left side, so I'm going to extend my equal sign and subtract 8 from both sides. 3x equals negative 3. Dividing both sides by 3, I get x equals negative 1. Okay, so there's my answer to step number 2. So let's move to step number 3. That is going to be substitute the variable from step 2 into one of the original equations. And then solve. So I can either take my y equals 2x minus 4 or my 7x minus 2y equals 5. That's up to you. I personally am going to take the first equation, y equals 2x minus 4, and I'm going to substitute y equals negative 1 in there. So y equals 2 times negative 1 minus 4. Y equals 2 times negative 1 is negative 1 minus 4. Well, if it helps, I'm going to add the opposite, and that makes it into a negative 4. Y equals negative 1 plus negative 4, which is negative 5. So my answer is negative 1, negative 5. You could take these ordered pairs and plug it into both equations to make sure that they're both correct. Alright, so let's try two problems on our own. We're going to solve the system of linear equations by substitution. Alright, so for letter B, y equals 2x plus 3, y equals 5x. Well, I'll go back and refer to my first step. Solve one of the equations for one of the variables. That means I need to either have my x or my y by itself. Well, I'll notice right away that my first equation has y by itself. Or actually, the second equation has y by itself. So you just pick one of them to focus on. So I'm going to focus on the first one. So y equals 2x plus 3. I'm going to take this 2x plus 3, and I'm going to substitute this y in. 2x plus 3 equals 5x. Again, I replace my 2x plus 3 or the y with the 2x plus 3. So now I'm going to extend my equal sign and subtract 2x from both sides. I get 3 equals 3x. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. 1 equals x. So I have x equals 1. Okay. Then I want to solve for my y. You can plug it into either equation. I'm going to choose the second one after the sort. So x equals 1, so y equals 5 times 1, y equals 5. So that means that my ordered pair is going to be 1, 5. For letter C, step number 1 is to isolate the variable in one of the equations. I have 4x plus 2y equals 0. My second equation is y equals 1/2 x minus 5. You'll notice that equation number 2. So if you want, you can label equation 1 and label equation 2. Equation 1 is already isolated with the y by itself. So I'm just going to take this 1/2 x minus 5 and I'm going to plug it into the y for my first equation. So that becomes 4x plus 2 times my y value, which is 1/2 x minus 5, and that equals 0. All right, so I see that there is subtraction. I want to go in and I want to add the opposite. Now I want to distribute 2 times 1/2 x and 2 times negative 5. So that becomes 4x plus 2 times 1/2 x plus 2 times negative 5, and that equals 0. So 4x plus 1x plus negative 10 equals 0. 5x plus negative 10 equals 0. I'm going to extend my equal sign. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. 5x equals 10. Divide both sides by 5, and I get x equals 2. Well, I know that x equals 2. Now I got to solve for my y value. Doesn't matter which equation you plug it into. I'll plug it into my first. 4x plus 2y equals 0. I know x equals 2. 4 times 2 plus 2y equals 0. 8 plus 2y equals 0. I'm going to extend my equal sign, subtract 8 from both sides. 2x equals negative 8. Divide both sides by 2, we get y equals negative 4. So my final answer is 2, negative 4. So real life application. You buy a total of 50 turkey burgers and veggie burgers for $90. You pay $2 per turkey burger and $1.50 per veggie burger. Write and solve a system of linear equations to find the number x of turkey burgers and the number y of veggie burgers you buy. So I'm going to highlight some important information. You buy a total of 50 turkey burgers and veggie burgers. It costs you $90. You pay $2 per turkey burger and $1.50 per veggie burger. We're going to write and solve a system knowing that X is the number of turkey burgers, Y is the number of veggie burgers. So, for the first part, you buy a total of 50 turkey burgers and veggie burgers. Well, you don't know how many of each you buy. You just know that you have X turkey burgers and Y veggie burgers. And that gives you a total of 50. So your first equation becomes X plus Y equals 50. So that's my equation 1. Equation 2, we had to bring in the information that it's going to cost $90 total. It's $2 per turkey burger, so that becomes 2x, plus $1.50 per veggie burger, which is $1.50y, and that equals 90. So those are my two equations. Well, I want to solve this using substitution. X plus y equals 50, 2x plus 1.5y equals 90. Well, step number 1 is to isolate one of the variables. So I'm actually going to use equation number 1 to get my y by itself. So in order to get my y by itself, if I have x plus y equals 50, I have to subtract x from both sides. So that gives me y equals negative x plus 50. Okay. So just to rewrite that, y equals negative x plus 50. And I'm going to rewrite equation 2. 2x plus $1.50y equals 90. So I have my y by itself right here. So then I'm going to take this negative x plus 50 and I'm plug it in for y. 2x plus 150 times negative x plus 50 equals 90. 2x plus negative 150x plus 1.5 times 50 is going to be 75. Equals 90. So combining my like terms on the left side, 2x plus negative 1.5x, that gives me 50 hundredths x plus 75 equals 90. I'm going to subtract 75 from both sides. 50 hundredths x equals 15. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 50 hundredths. Which gives me 30. Okay, so I can plug it back into either equation. I'm going to take the first one, x plus y equals 50. I know that x equals 30. So 30 plus y equals 50. I'm going to extend my equal sign, subtract 30 from both sides. I get y equals 20. So 30 comma 20 is my answer. However, it is a word problem, so we're going to actually explain what this means. You buy 30 turkey burgers and 20 veggie burgers. So on your own, you sell lemonade for $2 per cup and orange juice for $3 per cup. You sell a total of 100 cups for $240. Write and solve a system of linear equations to find the total number of cups of lemonade and the number of cups of orange juice you sold. Okay, so let's take the important information. So lemonade is $2 per cup, while orange juice is $3 per cup. Well, you know that you're going to make $240, and you sell a total of 100 cups. Well, let's start with the $240. So it's 2 times x plus 3 times y. Now let me clarify that x is the cups of lemonade, and y is the number of cups of orange juice. It's just important to clarify which one is which. So 2x plus 3y equals 240. Again, because it's $2 per cup of lemonade, $3 a cup of orange juice, and it's going to be $240 in total. And then it says you sell a total of 100 cups. Well, you have x cups of lemonade, y cups of orange juice. That becomes a total of 100. So step 1 is to isolate one of the variables. Well, I'm going to choose the y in the second equation to get by itself. So in order to do that, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. That becomes y equals negative x plus 100. And then my first equation, I'm just going to rewrite that. I didn't change that. 2x plus 3y equals 240. All right. So I know that the y is going to equal negative x plus 100. So I'm going to take that and plug it in for my y into the first equation. So that becomes 2x plus 3 times the quantity negative x plus 100. And that equals 240. Again, I'm just replacing my y from equation number 1. So then I'm going to distribute my 3 times negative x and my 3 times 100. 2x plus 3 times negative x plus 3 times 100 equals 240. Alright, so 2x plus negative 3x plus 300 equals 240. And combine on my left side, so that's negative 1x plus 300 equals 240. Now I'm going to extend my equal signs since there are no like terms on the left side. I'll subtract 300 from both sides. Negative 1x equals negative 60. Divide both sides by negative 1, I get x equals 60. Alright, so now I want to solve for my y. I'm going to go back to the first equation. The second equation, just because it's shorter. X plus y equals 100. I know that x equals 60, so 60 plus y equals 100. Subtracting 60 from both sides, I get y equals 40. So my answer is going to be 60, 40. But I want to actually explain what that means. So you sell 60 cups of lemonade and 40 cups of orange juice.